Can't tell.
Hello. Yes,
All
we're
right.
live.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the first ever
Hello,
episode
hello,
of the Kryptomon
hello.
show. Man, I haven't said that in a while. It feels like it's been
No, not really.
ages since we've last been live together. How long has it been, Umberto?
I think we haven't been together since probably 6 months,
Oh my
even
goodness.
more. I'm just checking, guys. Let's do, first of all, as always, let's do the technical checks because as you can see, we have a full new setup here, especially in our office in Amsterdam, which has been transformed into like a studio. First of all, text in the chat if you can hear me, if you can hear Carter, if video, audio are everything in sync. Give us a go, and then we can move forward. Otherwise, we will try to fix it. Because first time testing, first time using this new setup. So as you know, 99% of the time when you do the things first time, it will go wrong. And we are just trying to figure out how wrong it's going.
It looks like, Umberto, somebody saying that they can hear us, but the audio's not synced up with our video, maybe?
Who that could be. Is it a delay or not? Let's double check also from here, from the studio, guys. Can anyone check? In this way, because we can adjust it, but just want to make sure that everything is going to be smooth. So if anyone can check it.
Oh,
If the audio looks in sync or not in sync. See the video, just to double check.
still saying that the audio and mouth movements are off. A couple people are saying that we sound okay.
Both of us, but for both of us or just for me or for Carter? Because
let us know, guys. We can't hear what we sound like, so. Well, hello, sir. It has been a very long time. Yes, indeed. I do miss all of you guys. Do you guys still remember my nickname? Both of us are not in sync, Umberto.
both of us are not in sync.
Yeah.
Okay, because we are testing this new functionality of Streamlabs, which doesn't look like good. No, Michelle, I think it's not that one.
Oh,
okay.
apparently
You need to.
I'm okay.
Click that.
Umberto is way off
Click the one
in
above.
sync.
No, the one above.
Nice.
No, the one above. Above. The first one, the second one. Yeah, and there, go on the right, search for my audio. Scroll down, and is there, and just trying to add increase the delay, and then it should be fixed. We're getting fixed soon, guys.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Every once in a while it happens, especially on the
Trying
first
to
one.
push it. Okay, we are just actually fixing as we speak. So try to push it to second, maybe.
Cyberpunk Umberto.
Yeah, because unfortunately we got like a very complex setup. So just to tell you what is going on here. So the microphone is directly connected to the computer, while the camera that we got, which is an amazing camera, it does not connect it via the computer directly, but is actually connected via the network to the computer. So there's always like a little bit of a delay in the things. And also see now the camera is kind of failing a bit. May I ask also to everyone here to connect to another internet source connection, because I also see that my camera is getting laggy. I knew this was happening, guys. We spent so much time in setting this up that, of course, this shit happens every time.
He's not joking, guys. They've been spending the past 2 days just testing all of this kind of stuff. So, Umberto, I don't know if you can see it, but you're glitching like really bad.
Yeah, exactly. No, I do see it. I do see it. So I think that it's something that is due to the camera glitching. Trying to click on local file, try to turn it off. Okay, and then again. Let's see if it picks up again. It refreshed and doesn't glitch anymore. Yes, fixed. Okay, and how is the audio now? Hopefully it's good. Please tell me it's good.
Any better, guys?
Tell me that the audio is in sync. I hope this is gonna work. We already figured out a lot of improvement. So we will definitely change the camera. We will definitely change the setup. But at least we wanted to have something cool for this session, and I hope we have it. So how is the audio, guys? I think Carter, you said the Carter audio is good. So it's just a matter of my audio now. So just let us know if my audio is, it doesn't need to be perfectly on sync, but at least it doesn't need to, something annoying.
Okay, apparently
it?
there's a small delay, but it's manageable. So
we can always try to increase the offset again a little bit if it's if you guys prefer. Otherwise, we can kick it off. You tell us. I mean, of course, I can hear myself very, very
all
well.
right. Nobody look at Umberto's mouse. I guess that's the plan.
So maybe Michelle, we want to indeed add a few extra milliseconds of the offset, and then we should be good. Go for the, again, now you scroll down. Yeah, you may find me there.
Umberto, they're saying put on a mask. It'll solve all the problems.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do we have a mask, guys?
Kryptomon mask.
Because with a face mask, people won't understand if I'm in sync or not. They will never see it. So I can do the entire live like this, if you guys wish. I don't know how is the audio, but I think I can do it also like this. This is workarounds. This is how, geek people fix problems. Find smart solutions.
All right.
Okay, I think we're good. We should be good. We synced better. We added some extra delay. So now it should look good. Give us the latest go. If you guys say that it's okay that we can kick it off, we can kick it off because actually the agenda is packed. We have a lot of guests today. We have a lot of stuff to share. So just give us the green light. Carter, what do you say?
It looks like I think we're good. I think we're good for a go. We're good for a go. Everybody says they still want to see your face though. So Umberto, I don't think you can mask up today.
Oh, fuck it. But I'm the spoiler king. I mean, it's important. It's not important to see my face. It's important to see Carter's face, not mine. Because Carter is the handsome guy here. I'm just the spoiler king, which today, as I was discussing with Salty Dog 44, actually, I'm going to reclaim my leader position as a spoiler king. But so let's kick it off. As Carter, as we were saying, was a lot of time. We're not having this founder stock, as we said, is a lot of time. I don't actually recall how much time has passed since the last one.
I know, it's a problem because I think in the time that we haven't been on stream, Brian's just gone on a lot and he's just kind of stolen all of the love. He's even got a shirt now. Brian, show us the shirt. Show us the shirt.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. The actual reason, guy, indeed, that we decided to have the Kryptomon show, me and Carter, and hosting this beautiful show is just because Brian pissed us off taking our leadership position in spoiling, and we said, no, this is not going to happen. We will do it ourselves. No, joking aside, we actually have been sorry to not being capable to share, to go back to the rhythm where we had a lot of founder stocks and during the previous months. And the reason why we were so packed of stuff that were going on in the background that, of course, you don't see, that we weren't capable also to manage everything. But finally, we got to the certain point that from now on, and actually this Kryptomon show is the first installment, we're gonna probably host the Kryptomon show like the show that we're having today, probably once every 2 quarters, so 2 times per year, because of course this is a kind of a very juicy show. But instead, during the rest of the period, we will have the usual founder stock, 45 minutes an hour every month, and then we're going to have a new full calendar of AMAs that is going to happen starting from today. We're going to have Brian Fireside Chat. We're going to have Carter and the lore team talking about the lore and everything which is going on in the narrative design of the Kryptomon game. And also, we're going to have Trainer Tyler or Trainer Toa, pick the name you like, playing session. So we're gonna have Tyler playing maybe with some of you, will participate in some tournaments and stuff like that. He will stream, and all of those streams will go live once every week. And so we're gonna have one stream, one kind of content every single month. So in order to kick it off, I think the best way for kick it off, Carter, as we discussed, is, as we were saying, during the last months, especially, we went through a lot we connected all together with the team. We sat down in the room and we started thinking, okay, yeah, we're thinking. We were starting thinking, okay, what's the next step? Where do we need to improve? Because finally, thanks to the Brian and the entire game design team and the game development team, so kudos to everyone there, and Carter, lore team, and also Chris, blockchain team, the product was doing and we're progressing a lot and very, very well. And then we figured out, okay, now is also time for us to start also focusing a little bit more on one question that the community always asked. It was when marketing. And finally, we are getting closer to the point that we can have marketing. And the reason why, as we always said to you guys, is we cannot do marketing until the product is not in a specific stage. Otherwise, we will spend money to acquire people that they will leave, and then we will need to spend again money to acquire them, and it's going to be like 4 or 5 times more expensive. So it would have been a very bad financial decision if we want to look in these terms. And then now we're getting to the point instead we can start with the marketing. And then we ask ourselves, okay, but who are we? I mean, in terms of Kryptomon, what is our main objective? Why we are building this? Who are we in terms of not like just a product, but in terms of, who is this company? Who are the people in the company? What's the company objective is? And we realized that, as we always said, that our objective is, first of all, we want to be the next biggest, probably, I hope in 5-10 years, the next big gaming company. And what does it mean this? The gaming company, what they do is creating games, building games. And therefore, then we started figuring out, okay, so then if this is our objective, we need again to go back to the, let's say, to the root and talking about games, talking about to gamers and, and talking about the games and how the game works. And then we look at all our product and we actually realize that we have already 3 games that we are developing. We have the Kryptomon Treasure Hunt, which is now going to be called the Kryptomon Pink Moon, we're going to have the Kryptomon, we have always called the Kryptomon 2D, which is actually wrong because now it's called the Kryptomon Genesis. And then there is so-called 3D MMO metaverse, which is now going to be called Kryptomon World. And we're going to share more about this. So it's really important that you guys also understand that this is the first step that we have taken in order to start doing marketing towards the real population that we should be focused on, which is finding new gamers to bring on board with us and start playing our video game. This is what it matters. And the second point is all about actually probably the second or the third or the fourth, I don't remember. But another point is all about, this Web 2, Web 3 conflict. Since we started, Kryptomon was more about, we are a Web 3 company, NFTs and blah, blah, blah. But then again, we realized that at the end of the day, Web 3, Web 2, when we're talking about gamers is, it doesn't really make any sense. I mean, the difference should be that we are building a game which is use blockchain technology, and therefore we can call it Web 3, but we shouldn't be, call it Web 3. We should just call it a game that uses blockchain technology. And in this it set us, to go and trying to target and trying to acquire Web 2 gamers. Even there, the Web 2 gamers concept is wrong, just gamers, and we need to bring them with us. And to do so, we have a very nice plan that we're going to share later throughout the show. I'm not going to spoil it enough because otherwise there's no need for Salty Dog, which is sit next to me here. There's no need for him to spoil stuff, so I will let this to him. But before moving to through the things, I just want to announce, for example, and I ask also our director, Mark, to shift, to change the view, to go to the next view, the next scene, because I want to share with you guys our new website, which is actually, reflecting, which is just went live now, and which is actually reflecting our new vision and positioning of the Kryptomon company. And as I said, it's going to be positioned as a gaming company. And you will notice, or immediately if you're going to go there, you will notice something like we literally, let's say, ditch or hidden or just, not highlighted that much concept like wording like NFTs and stuff like that, because this is not the core. The core of Kryptomon is always been the game, and the part NFT is just the cherry on the top. So if we can scroll down a bit through the website, I just show them the website. You can see, if you can scroll down, you can see, for example, the first things, as I said, now we have not a game anymore. We have 3 games, which are Kryptomon Pink Moon, Kryptomon Genesis, and Kryptomon World. And the cool things, of course, that is already there, is that it doesn't matter which game you game you play, until you have a Kryptomon, you can play all of them. It's like your unique key. It's a little bit nice, you just buy one key and then you can play, let's say, all the games of the franchise. And the Kryptomon Kryptomon is our first franchise, and we hope that in the future we will be able to create even more franchise, always under connection with the Kryptomon NFT. If you're gonna scroll down, let's just go quickly to the end of the page to show, and then I will invite everyone in the community to understand, to go and give it a look to the new website to understand, what you can expect, from now on from the Kryptomon and from the Kryptomon team in terms of marketing and communication, which is going to be, crucial for us if we really want to do marketing in a sustainable and healthy way. Because if you're looking for, the so-called pump and dump, you could have just go and pay, I don't know, whoever, very big influencer, some million of dollars for making some hype, and then it will die there. But this is not our objective, as we always said. Here we are for 10, 20 years objectives, and this is what we are trying to achieve. So yeah, this is, let's say, the kickoff of the Kryptomon show. So I think we can kick it off, and then let's deep dive in the content of today.
So that was a lot of information. In his short... three different products that we've split out. There's a lot of information to digest, but don't you...
I'm very confused.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, guys, again. A little bit of tech issues. Of course, Brian didn't connected by the time he didn't want to join because he was pissed because we were gonna spoil stuff, and he said, no, I'm not gonna. He tried to hijack the entire show, but we forced him, and we said that otherwise we're gonna, kill all of his Kryptomon, or I will ban him, or whatever. And then he decided to join. Hey, Brian.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
Doing great.
I was getting a little bit of. I felt left out back. I kind of was disappointed.
I mean, you've got to give us time to earn some of that love back. Otherwise, people aren't going to remember who Umberto and I are anymore. So from now on, anytime you go on chat, we'll be here too. Don't worry.
Sounds good. You guys can keep me company.
So yeah, we've got a lot of updates for you guys. Just wanted to say, we know, we've seen all of the questions that you guys have put out. We've listened and we've gone through every single question, which is why today that we have Brian, who deals with everything involved in the game, and he's here to take you through a little bit of what we now call Kryptomon Genesis.
Yeah. Hey everyone. So I also did want to take a quick step back just to kind of expand on what Umberto said about the concept of a franchise, and I think it's an important thing to talk a little bit about for a brief second, which is that the the use of NFTs are very interesting because they allow for the ownership of an asset at the end of the day. And so although we're sort of looking at like taking some of the blockchain and keeping it sort of behind the scenes and focusing on the game, which is a pattern you're seeing more with Web3 gaming, the idea is to still use the blockchain to add value for our players and to enhance your gaming experience. And so I think it's very important to understand that the Kryptomon NFTs themselves are essentially the foundation of that franchise. And so the basic concept is we build a bunch of games, and those NFTs, your Kryptomon, travel and follow you around like they would normal companions, and they'll basically be used in all of the different games that we end up building. And so that's sort of a very unique approach that we haven't seen in the Web3 space right now. And I won't spoil too much, but those of you probably have heard me on chat. I have a fondness and love of Mario Kart. So if Umberto somehow in the future allows me, you may see what I like to call the codename Kryptomon Racing League as a potential addition to the franchise. I've always wanted to build a racing game based on Mario Kart. Hopefully Nintendo's not on this stream. They're really not going to be too happy with us. But yeah, so back to Genesis. So I think we've talked a lot about the current 2D game, and we started to take a step back and look at what does this game mean to us. And as we started talking about it, it really was the genesis of the Kryptomon franchise. It is the first thing that we conceived. It is basically your introduction to the Kryptomon metaverse, universe, whatever verse we're calling it these days. And it really is sort of the foundation for how we started to look at bringing the Kryptomon world to life. As you probably saw in the trailer, the real focus on Genesis is to tell the origin story, really understand and walk through the players through sort of how did the Kryptomon universe come to be? How did you as a trainer sort of get involved in this path? And so the Genesis game is really going to be focused around the telling of that story, which is sort of a good segue into story challenges, which is the next major feature coming up within the Kryptomon Genesis game. We've covered this quite a bit on stream, so I won't sort of dive in too much to it. But the story challenge mechanic is our first major PvE game mode. So it will allow you to play through a series of stories, collect items, learn a little bit about the story of being a trainer and how things came to be. It's a nice, like I said, origin story for the future of the franchise. And it will be it's a huge release. As anyone that's been on any of the socials has probably heard me talk about how it's pretty much a full-fledged game at the end of the day. It has everything you would want from an RPG. We added armor, so Kryptomon will be able to wear armor and enhance their stats, really adding a new layer to the game. So you can train your Kryptomon to enhance their battle abilities, but you can also then equip armor to make them even stronger. It also features a new set of battle consumables, which we've talked about, which are ways to basically use items during a match. Things like using health potions to heal your Kryptomon if you get stuck in a tough spot. Or you can also use it to fill some of the holes in your Kryptomon's genome. So there's potions for strength. I think they're called strength elixirs or elixirs of strength that increase your attack power. So we're really starting to look at expanding the gameplay mechanics and add some depth to the battle engine. So what we've seen up until now on the Genesis side is really sort of building the foundation of the game. And the goal now is to really take that foundation and add to it. So I think that's sort of the focus for Genesis in the short term. Like I said, the current target is sometime end of November, beginning of December for Story Challenge. Obviously, they're tentative dates, but that's where we're looking at from a development perspective on the release. In addition to the armor and consumables, you will actually also end up using the new on-chain crafting system, which do we have a section? I don't even think we have a section on the show on that anywhere. I don't know.
I don't remember.
So that's definitely sort of a big part of the Kryptomon gaming experience. I think we may be one of the first games ever to do on-chain crafting. So we took inspiration from all of the typical RPG crafting systems. where you basically get materials and you have a blueprint, and then you can craft something. You can upgrade it through materials. But we decided to do that all on chain. That gives players the ability to get ownership of their assets, like we talked about. So all of the armor is NFTs. You'll be able to basically go onto the marketplace and upgrade them through crafting blueprints. And eventually that stuff will also make its way into the 3D game, which I think we'll cover a little bit later, which will be good. And that is sort of the short-term roadmap on Genesis. In terms of next steps after Genesis, after the story challenge in Genesis, we're going to focus completely on PvP. Based on the community and what we've seen, you guys are basically addicts when it comes to trying to beat the crap out of each other, which I'm all for. So.
Especially, Brian, it looks like actually the main mission of the community is, crap the shit.
Yeah, and some of them have done a pretty good job with it. I'm not going to lie. I've had some tough matches. Definitely lost a few, which was to be expected. But all in all, there've been some good games with players.
Kudos to Brazucamon to have kicked Brian ass, guys. Thank you very much. Because actually Brian was bragging a lot instead of the company. You don't see how Brian is bragging on our Slack, and saying that how cool his team of Kryptomon is, that he is the strongest one, no one will ever beat him, and all that kind of bullshit. So thank you very much, Brazucamon, because now Brian don't.
I was just about to say, you guys haven't seen the Slack exactly. Brian talks a lot of shit in there, so please beat Brian more often, because none of us can. We've tried, so we're counting on you guys, just so that he shuts up a little bit.
All right.
So then, Brian, you were saying, so that's actually is very well connected what you were saying, about the PvE, and you also answered the question, when we go back to what was the incipit of the show was when marketing, and what I was said is, finally we get to the point, that we do consider, that we will be finally able to start really investing in marketing and user acquisition to bring new players. And this is mainly because, of course, we do consider, right, PvE story mode and the PvP Battle League probably the main two real gameplay mechanics.
when you look at stickiness in gameplay, typically you're looking for a few key factors. One is progression, so having a reason for a player to log in and continue playing, and that and we up until now we haven't really had that. So we have sort of the practice mode where you can win your star tickets, but you don't get that feeling of progression and the ability to improve your character and sort of take a journey inside of the game. And so story challenge at the end of the day really is that sort of that game mode that brings that to the table. And so story challenge is really where I think we'll start to see a fair amount of players who can sort of come to the game and have a reason to stick around and play.
And that's effectively, this is what, at the end of the day, as we said, a game should do. Make people stick to it, want to keep playing and moving forward and progress instead of the game. Brian, if I'm not wrong, you also prepared some together with Mark, which, by the way, a lot of kudos. First of all, thank you very much to Mark and Michelle, the communication team, for the amazing job they've done setting up everything for this Kryptomon show. Mark was kind of doing everything. So Mark, who is in actually managing the entire Streamlabs right now. So if Streamlabs goes bad and it fucks up, is Mark's fault. But if it goes well, is Mark that everyone needs to cheer up. But I know that you prepared some kind of content and slides and stuff to talk a little bit more about the different stuff that are kind of.
Yeah, I think so. I kind of wanted to dig a little bit into the PvP, so the next phase. So we've definitely done some AMAs on Story Challenge. And maybe I'll cover a little bit of it in the new Dev Fireside as well. Maybe we'll deep dive a little bit on some of the mechanics. But I wanted to take some time to touch on sort of the next phase of the Kryptomon Genesis game, which is really heavily focused on PvP, which is obviously the thing that I love the most. Always been something that I've been super excited about. I love competitive play in esports, and that's really where I'm hoping that the Kryptomon Genesis game will end up shining. And so I think, Mark, if you want to bring up the Battle League ladder concept, we can talk a little bit through it, that.
So well, while Mark is setting up the battle league, if it's not ready yet, while Mark is setting this up. Are you ready, Mark? If you're ready, just shoot live. And okay, it's good. So Brian, again, stage is yours. I mean, look, this is your Beyonce moment. We gave you 15 minutes to shine. Take those 15 minutes, Brian, because then we kick you out of the door. You took too much
I know,
time.
seriously. I'll be sitting here praying that somebody doesn't say something that they're not supposed to. So the next phase of the game is really focused on competitive play, and today we wanted to talk a little bit about the mechanics around Battle League in detail. And we sort of finalized the design. I don't have a ton of screens to share right now. The UI work is still in progress, so we'll end up spoiling that probably in a future AMA. But right now, I kind of wanted to talk through what the mechanics are of the Battle League play, because a lot of players have asked sort of what happens when we start all playing against each other, and we've seen this sort of in the current Challenge a Friend, where there's definitely a little bit of a balancing needed in order to improve sort of the play at specific levels. We're obviously working on that, and we'll continue to balance the game. Whenever you're building an esports game or any type of competitive game, it's a consistent battle to kind of figure out what that right balance is. And then when you introduce new spells, that ends up causing even more problems over time that you need to address. And so what we're looking at here is sort of the structure of the way that Battle League is set up. So at the very onset of Battle League, when everyone starts, everyone will start in the Stone League. And so there are basically 6 different leagues as part of the Battle League system. You've got Stone, Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Platinum. And then Diamond. And so the way that the mechanics work is when a season starts, and so there will be seasons. Seasons are basically time-based periods in which you play. And so right now we're looking at running seasons anywhere between 30 to 60 days, somewhere in that time frame. And so when the season starts, at the very beginning, everyone will start in the Stone League. And each league essentially has 5 tiers within it. And so you start in Stone League 5, and you need to essentially earn 100 points in order to progress to the next tier within the Stone League. And so you get points by battling other players. So essentially you'll log in, there'll be a button that you can queue up for a Battle League match. On the back end, we'll be matching you up with other players around that level. So most of the matchmaking happens based on your Battle League. So you'll be playing other Stone League players at that point. And you'll play them, you'll get matched up, you'll play your PvP battle. At the end, you'll either win or lose points based on whether or not you won or lost. The number of points that you win or lose in each league changes. So when you're in the Stone League, you may win 20 points for a win and only 5 points for a loss. But as you progress through the Battle Leagues, the number of points that you win per match will slowly decrease, and the number of points you lose per match on a loss will increase, which makes it harder to basically get up the ladder. So when you're in the Stone League, you'll essentially be able to have a much lower winning percentage and still progress up to the Bronze League and then Silver. Whereas when you start getting up to the Platinum and Diamond League, if you have a 50-50 win percentage, you'll probably stay around where you are, maybe even slip a little bit. And so the way that it works is you play your matches, you win your points. When you get to the 100 points, you play a promotion battle, and that promotion battle is played against another player. You win it, and then you move up to the next tier within that specific league. Once you get to the tier 1 bracket of that specific league, so if you're in Stone 1, you would essentially play your battles, get to your 100 points, and when you win your promotion battle, you would essentially move up to Bronze 5. And so you're essentially playing up a ladder all the way up through the Diamond League, from Stone to Diamond. If you lose and you get down to 0 within a league, within a tier, you play a demotion battle. And that demotion battle will essentially, if you lose it, will move you back down to the previous league, the previous tier that you were in. Or if you were saying Bronze 1 and you lost your 0-point match, you would end up moving back to Stone 1. So you play through these mechanics. There are rewards every time you make it to a new league, into a new tier. So when you move from stone 5 to stone 4, there'll be a reward that unlocks for stone 4 that you can claim. The rewards at this point are going to be battle consumables as well as a new set of armor scraps. So anyone who's been paying attention, basically you know that armor scraps are a key component of our crafting system for armor in PvE. There will be new gladiator armor scraps in PvP. So you'll basically win the ability to win PvP armor during the course of this Battle League ladder system. The PvP armor differs a little from the PvE armor in that it has 2 new PvP stats that do not exist today. So we have PvP strength and PvP fortitude. PvP.
And can I stop you for a second? Can I stop you for a second? Because first of all, you are spoiling it. I mean, have you seen? We gave him, Brian, the right to speak.
Going on.
And he's speaking without stopping for 10 minutes. He's trying to get, the entire space of the show. He's trying to transform this in Brian's show.
I need my fire. Where's my fire?
No, but before moving forward, because you were entering, I mean, we still have like 10 minutes of the slot, and I want to keep like the last 5 minutes for, let's say, I know with the team, we collected also some question for you. Carter, if I'm not wrong, we have some question for Brian. I hope so. If not, I'm terribly wrong, but I don't think that I'm wrong. But then I will actually, Mitch, sorry, I just asked my follow to be refilled. Thank you very much. So Brian, before moving into, so let's take the last 10 minutes to close what you were up to say, but let's just take a break for a second and let's refocus for a bit what you just said. So you were talking indeed about the PvP Battle League. So at the end of the day, if you need to summarize the PvP Battle League in a very few words, what are the most important things is the players will have 5 different leagues, actually 6 different leagues, in which they need to scale, different, from the stone to the top, and then technically speaking, based on a season period, based where they will get rewards. Is that correct?
The only aspect of the seasons that we didn't cover is basically you play through for a given period of time. You can win the rewards that you win up until that point, and then at the end of the season, you actually get reset down. So if you are, say, Diamond 5, we'll figure out where to move you, but you'll get dropped down to, say, Silver 5 for the next tier, the next season. So it's a consistent sort of gameplay that allows you to continue to win those rewards, build up more armor, build up more items, and we'll basically run them as a series of seasons. We'll probably end up issuing NFTs as bonuses to players based on where they sit. So there'll be an end of season reward, most likely also potentially Kryptomon, depending on where you end up. But the idea here is that it's a seasonal play where you play through as far as you can get for a season and then you reset.
And actually, there is one cool thing that you haven't said, and I'm gonna say it in order to again, get some extra point and spoiling. Is also the idea that we have, as guys know, that after PvP Battle League, probably the last, as of plan for now, big game updates about Genesis is the PvP tournaments. And the idea here is also that, as you know already, a little bit how we are thinking to structure the PvP tournaments and how they're going to work. There is going to be, tickets from, let's say, 50 cents of dollar to, I don't know, $50. And then based on the tournament you want to play, you will buy the ticket for the tournaments for the prize pool that you wish to play. And all of those tickets will create the prize pool, and then the winner will get the prize pool. This is very high level, but this is how we imagine this is going to work. The PvP tournaments that will come will be the next big things after, probably the last big things as of now planned for Kryptomon and Genesis straight after PvP Battle Leagues. And indeed, we also decided, and we were discussing with Brian, with the idea that, for example, the participating in the PvP Battle League will also work as sort of qualification for the tournament. So meaning that the players if they want to participate in a tournament, even a $50 tournament, which is probably is going to be a very big, prize pool, and you don't have $50, then you can actually smash all of your opponents in the Battle League, scale it, and then you will be capable to win the free entry ticket for the tournament.
Yeah, right? I think it's important. So once tournaments come out, we'll definitely adjust the rewards for Battle League. But the idea is that Battle League will also feed into the tournaments. Maybe each tier you get a small tournament entry, which is like Umberto said, your $50 entry. And then over time, you can actually combine them using the crafting system in order to get your entry into like a larger tournament. And then obviously, the further you get like your diamond levels, you'll get free entries potentially for season end or stuff like that.
Looking at the chat, it's quite obvious that people are quite happy about the idea that all of the stuff that you've just said, right? And like the PvP, the PvP, all of it is skill based. They're happy about the idea that there are battles involved in getting promoted and not just based on numbers. There are a couple of questions here, but unfortunately, given the time, I think we only have time to pick one. So I'm just going to go into. You mentioned, Brian, that one of the hardest parts about anything involved with a battle system around PvP is making sure that we can balance things and we can bring variety without breaking the game. So there is a question here from I Am Groot about the second utility spell. He wants to know, he or she wants to know when we're going to see it. What are your thoughts about it? Like, what are the plans around this second utility spell? Is there anything that you can share?
The interesting thing is, so in the initial sort of design, we talked about this utility spell, but we're actually expanding the concept where there's going to be lots of different spells. So as of right now, we have 3 waves of spells planned. 2 are actually are already finished. And then the 3rd is under development. The idea here is that they will add complexity to the game and force you to make decisions during the beginning of the battle that will potentially have an impact on the outcome. So we're obviously turn-based, and so a lot of the skill becomes understanding who your opponent is, what their setup is, and what you need to bring to the battle in order to have an advantage. And so as part of that mechanic, we've always planned to add a second utility spell. So instead of having your 5 slots, you'll end up having 6. And you can pick your elemental slot spells from the entire library. So if you wanted to bring 2 direct damage spells, let's say you wanted an ice and a fire spell, you could bring both for direct damage, or you could bring 3 utilities depending on how you wanted to play the game. But the second utility is a major factor in adding complexity to the gameplay. We actually see decent complexity now. Like, I've played a bunch of games against folks, and we play one game, they change their strategy, and I have to adjust, and it really becomes sort of a chess match. This will drastically add complexity to the gameplay and really enhance the gameplay of the battle engine. So I think you had also mentioned like when in terms of that, we're sort of waiting to balance the base gameplay. I hope to have the second utility spell out for Story Challenge, but if we do not, it will definitely be here before Battle League.
All right. Hopefully that answers your question.
Nice.
I'm Groot. We do have a bunch of other questions about group spells and how that's going to work in open world, but I think given time, we're going to have to table that for later. Maybe Brian's going to answer them in the fireside chats.
Yeah, we gave him 45 minutes of time, so he has every month. Brian have 45 minutes to shine and to spoil everything that he has to spoil. Yeah. So in this way, he will not get to that. He will not earn too much pointing points.
I have to wait for my own show. I see how it is.
Yeah.
So Brian, I would say actually thank you very much for joining us. Guys, we are going to take a 2 minutes tech break because I heard that our let's say audio video sync is still getting worse. So we will take 2 minutes break and we will be back here with actually probably one of the most anticipated things, because we're going to
Umberto, do we want to, there was one other thing we were going to potentially cover during Genesis,
are. Here we are. Sorry, guys. It actually took longer than 2 minutes. Do you guys hear me? Right? Or
I
Brian?
don't know.
So remember when we said Brian was
know.
going to drop? Yeah, he's not. He's still here.
No, he wants to stay here. He wants
We
to
tried.
stay here.
How many times have I asked you why I can't hang on? Probably like 40 Telegram messages.
Yeah. So guys, sorry for this technical issues. You're actually gonna see, if you see right now, my camera, we had to change camera because the very nice camera that we got for this show decided to stop working. And therefore we had to use the plan B, which at the end of the day actually might work even better because I shouldn't have any more delay right now. Can you please confirm? Because technically, actually, maybe now there is a delay. Michelle, we need to remove the offset from my audio. If you can remove the offset, because maybe now we have the sound coming after the video and vice versa. You can find it down in my...
People are still saying there's a little bit of a delay.
There. Yeah, exactly. Now we're gonna go down. Yeah, set that to 0. Good. Okay, so here we are back. Now there shouldn't be any more delay. Everything is fixed. Again, sorry guys, as I said, first time, shit happens as always. I mean, if you remember when we released the Tamagotchi game for the first time, I mean, I think this is even better. We are progressing, we're getting better. Or any Brian release, so to say. But having said that, Brian, before you leave, you actually decided to stay here for one single reason, which is you want to talk about new things, which is gonna go live next week, right?
Yeah, so this is, I think, a big sort of moment for the Kryptomon project. The first sale of in-game items that are based on our new NFT items contract. I've talked about it a bunch before, but basically it's a contract that allows us to support every single in-game item, including crafting, that we're ever going to have in-game. So these NFTs will follow you throughout the franchise. We'll have different games will have different features. And then I wanted to sort of talk about how we're going to launch this. And I think, Mark, if you can bring up, are we going to bring up the infographic? I don't know if we are. Maybe not.
Give him a quick second.
Okay.
Remember that here it's totally fully remote because, guys, Brian is in Boston, we are in Amsterdam, and the studio is in Amsterdam, but of course, Mark is not here. Mark is in the Philippines, so it's kind of, and he's remotely connected to my computer, so it's kind of a very complex things, but this is what happens when you have a fully decentralized company. But yeah, let's go and check the graph.
See if it comes up. I'm watching the stream. There we go. All right. So this is our first ever launch day sale. So we're announcing it for today. The sale will take place next Thursday. I believe that is the 3rd of November, if I'm not mistaken. And the sale will run for 24 hours straight. We will, in honor of sort of the launch of our caring power-ups, which we've talked about on the socials. They boost your food and health and happiness items and reduce your training time. We're selling a bundle at launch where you get one of each token, which is used to upgrade or to get your level 1 caring power-ups. And then if you buy 4, which is one of each, you will basically be entered into the lottery in order to earn an upgraded one. So you can earn an additional NFT as part of your purchase, level 1 through level 5. So there's a 24-hour only sale, no limit. You can buy as many as you want. The idea here is you can get a jump start on your caring power-up. So the level 5 one is about $275 all in. So you can buy tokens and enter to the lottery to win a chance to get some of the boosted power-ups. As I think I also mentioned, these power-ups are NFTs that you can sell on the marketplace when we launch it, I think early November. So they are just like every other NFT. They'll be tradable, sellable. But we figured as part of this launch, we'd offer a way for players to buy some of the items they'll probably buy anyway and get some stuff for free. So like I said, that'll be launched next November, next Thursday, November the 3rd. And we'll send out more details with the exact times at that point too. And that's all I got. You can kick me off now.
Okay. So, Brian.
We love you, Brian. We love you.
We love you, of course, that we love you. How can we make it without you? Boy, there was be another one, but it wouldn't be beautiful and handsome like you. No, but having said that, Brian, again, guys, as Brian said, this is going to be probably, it's not probably, is the first use of our NFT item contract, which is so great from a tech point, is that, as Brian was also saying, and in the previous chat, thanks to this new contract, from now on, we will be finally also able, from a product perspective and tech perspective, to scale quickly and fast, right, Brian? Because the way the contract is set is then that allows us to, create, technically speaking, unlimited type of NFT items as soon as we will see there are the need, or also when community feedbacks or ideas will come.
So basically, there's almost no development needed. We can build cosmetics for players. We can add armor. Everything is built off this contract. There was a quick question. Someone asked how much it will cost. The tokens cost $7 each, and so you buy 4, which is $28. So list price, and then you get a chance to win a powered up version of the Karen power up.
Thanks. Yeah, and then again, this is keep being connected with our story of when marketing, when we're gonna get ready. And as you can see, also just from what Brian said before about the PvE and the Battle League, but also now about that finally we have the NFT item smart contract up and running and is fully scalable. There's no coding needed. It's just a very nice framework. We are getting ready, and now time-wise, we are starting warming up for the marketing. But having said that, Brian, thank you very much for being with us in the Kryptomon show. I like Phil and Anchorman right now. Thank you very much, and well, catch up later. Here we are back with our 2 people, and actually you can see I have another person here. It's not me anymore in the studio alone, and as you can also see, there is an empty window because Giovanni decided to move from the window to actually join me, so he actually crossed aside. But today now we have Giovanni and Cole. Guys, please introduce yourself. Giovanni.
Hi, I'm Giovanni. I'm the junior game designer, and I'm working for the 3D World.
Cole?
I'm Cole. I'm a narrative designer and audio contributor, and I'm working in the 3D World, the role-playing game. Super excited to be here.
So guys, everyone, we are, as with Ryan, we were talking about Kryptomon Genesis, we were saying everything, but there is one big thing that everyone is there awaiting about is the dream about the 3D MMO game. And of course, we have the reason why we have Cole and Giovanni here is because the guys are really core part of the Kryptomon world design, I will say. Both in terms of game mechanics and narrative. So technically speaking, Giovanni is the one that decides if you're gonna go how the crafting will work, and you're gonna share a little bit more. And Cole instead is the guy, and together with the Carter team, actually we have two, representative of the lore team here, to kind of design why the world is like that, and how the things is gonna look like. So before jumping into the chat and talking about the Kryptomon world, we have a nice things for you. Can I ask Mark to send this live?
Can't wait till they see it.
Creatures and a portal to another world was discovered. We never could have imagined just how much life had changed forever. In a new land untouched by man, we found paradise. The vibrant, green forests as far as the eye could see, crystal clear waters as Mother Nature intended. It was no surprise that Kryptomon trainers from all around the world began pouring into Kogia, to be among the first to pioneer this new world. But we were naive. Just like a rose has its thorns, Kogia was not without its dangers. There was so much of this alien world that we didn't understand, and the creatures in the darkness that we never meant to offend. It is time for you to make your mark in Kogia. Journey across the world as you grow into the Kryptomon trainer you were meant to be. Your potential is limitless. But it's what you choose to do with that power that will define you. When mysterious creatures...
Surprise! I mean,
We're back.
we're back, guys. I can't see the chat, but I heard that you guys actually liked it, what we actually were serving for you. So this is the first, we can call it the first Kryptomon World trailer, if we want to look in this way.
It's more teaser trailer.
Yeah, it's more like a teaser trailer indeed. And first of all, thank you everyone that have worked on the trailer. Again, Carter, actually you don't recognize it, but the voiceover is from an amazing member of our community that offered his voice to be the narrator of the teaser trailer. And with this video, we actually do kick off a new series of video that we hopefully gonna release once every month that will allow you to explore better the Kryptomon 3D world. But guys, let's talk. We have like 10-15 minutes. Let's talk about a little bit Kryptomon world, because as of now, the people, our community members always heard about it. Yeah, there's gonna be the 3D world. It's gonna look like that. Now they just got a video, and I want us to share a little bit more, about which kind of game and game mechanics they can expect, I will say. And then I would also waiting for Cole and Carter to share how the game looks like in terms of the narrative. What's the story? So Giovanni, first, in a very brief and a short manner, what are the major game mechanics of Kryptomon World? How can I, if you need to explain a very short term, in a very short period, let's say time?
I think the most important mechanism is the lens. Okay, in Krypton world, we can buy a piece of land and we can build on top of that a building. A different type of building. Some else is residential, some else is commercial. But in general, we can have a real life in Krypton world, and every building has a specific role. So, for example, obviously in residential, your house, you can call your friend, and you can cook in your food for your Kryptomon, and you can play with your Krypton and live your life. But with the commercial, it's a little bit different because we have a more different commercial building. Some has create some items. Some building create fuel or energy. Okay.
Don't spoil that much. I know Brian
No.
doesn't want us to go there.
No.
You know.
No. And that's it. It's a real world. We want to create a real world with a real economy and a real city. Every region have a city, so you live here.
So then, as the game mechanics, so as to give it a reference, what the players can expect, I think you can really imagine a game. I think Pokemon Arceus, or Zelda Breath of the Wild style, where you're gonna have this very big map. I mean, I think Brian and the 3D team said our actual map is going to be like 2 times the size of the GTA 5 map. So it's gonna be huge, technically speaking, and it will take you like, I don't remember how much time to just cross one region from one side to the other. And there you're gonna have a lot of activities that you can do. I know if I'm not wrong, you're gonna have quests, but this as well, I will give him more space to Carter and Cole about it. But from the game mechanics, indeed, we're gonna have the lands, which is going to be probably the core part of this society that will grow and it will burn and grow inside of Kogia. And I know, and there's gonna be also, like, of course, battles, guilds, tournaments, and one thing that actually I love is also gonna be crafting. So the fact that you will be able to craft items, right?
Yes. For example, here this is a forge. Okay, people can build. You can build your forge, and you can create armor, and you can sell this armor for the other player. And you can not only armor, but I think for the forge, it's the core is the armor, because you can create. I can't tell how many armor you can create, but a lot.
You can say a lot. Yeah, because and I think this is the cool things of Kryptomon, and it's actually, you know, reflect again the initial vision that we always had. I always had since the started of Kryptomon is giving the opportunity to any player to sort of live the game they want to live, the life they want to live. Because technically speaking, especially if you look at the Kryptomon Genesis, is more like a casual play where you maybe, you know, you're gonna drop some battles, or you take care while you're on the metro or commuting to your office. While Kryptomon World is really living part of it's literally, they call it a metaverse. Everybody knows that I don't like the word metaverse, but yeah, it's a kind of a metaverse, if we want to use that wording, that everyone can take their path. So either you decide to become, you know, the strongest Kryptomon trainer, or you can become actually a breeder, an hironsmith, a forger, a merchant. So any play, a fisherman, if I'm not wrong.
You can choose your way.
So you can actually choose your way, and the cool thing is, since everything is connected, and we are using the blockchain from not only a land perspective, but also from an item perspective, and the entire vision that we have is to really sustain, you know, the free trade of items between players. Technically speaking, I can create my own, you know, personality job there, and I can actually make some money just because I became the best, I don't know, ironsmith there is in town. But now moving to I think we talk about it, but I'm just now looking at Carter and Cole, because of course they are also here. We said about the mechanics, but you guys are working on so many things on the background that probably nobody sees. You know, would you like to tell us a little bit more of how Kryptomon World is being, you know, how Kogia in this case has been designed, ideated, and what's the process, what you guys are working on, and what have you been working on so far?
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, just before we jump into any of that, really, I think this might be the first time that we've even introduced the name Kogia to the public. I did see a couple of comments in chat about people picking up on that fact. So we've got so much that we've built in the background. Everything that you saw in that trailer was months of work between Cole, myself, and Benedict, another member of our team. So there's a lot that we want to cover. We won't be able to cover all of it today, but Cole is here. Cole has done a lot of work in terms of building out the world and thinking up the lore and why. So I'll hand it over to him. Cole, over to you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the most exciting thing for me to be working on this game is that we're building a game world like something I've never seen before. I've been playing MMOs my whole life, but in all of those games, it's like, here's a fantasy world, and now you're born in it, and you're a new person here. But in Kojia, our game world really, it's connected to Earth in such a unique way. We got 2 other apps that bridge these worlds together. And in the 3D game, the idea is that it's a new world that humans are just coming to. And so you are a part, as a player, you're a part of building out and exploring and settling this place and creating the personality. And I think the lands is a huge way of giving that feeling of you're actually kind of building the world as the game is being launched. And so that's sort of the fantasy that we're really trying to push for Kojia, is the feeling that, new, and it has this personality where all the characters in the game, they come from Earth. And so you might meet a character in our major cities that is, I'm from Philadelphia and I love hiking, and that's why I came to Bosco. I came to climb trees, and we can fulfill all these kinds of fantasies. And so at least my philosophy going into designing the structure for the quest lines and building out items and kind of what exactly the player is going to feel like when they are dropped into the world. One of the main things is it's a sandbox. We have a beautiful world with a story behind it, and we'll be trickling that stuff out as we go along, especially things about the dark forces things that we've explored in the comic, like the dark Kryptomon is going to come to a new life in Kojia, because that's really where all the story happens. And so we're really trying to support. Again, they mentioned all these different ways to play: the breeder, the crafter, all of this. We also want to give the player a rich way to engage with the world. And so we have ancient storylines, the history of Kojia. You can be an archaeologist. You can be learning the language of the Kryptomon. We're designing a whole alphabet script, runic characters. And so we have all kinds of things to explore in the game, and we want to make sure it's all connected.
I like how you've just dropped essentially like far too much information for everybody. So let's go over what you've already said. I mean, We've talked about a runic script. We've talked about the fact that there are dark Kryptomons. I don't think we've ever actually officially pushed that before. I mean, they've seen it in the comic for sure, but yes, dark Kryptomons will be in this world. You have a multitude of different ways to play your way. For example, being a breeder, being a crafter. There's a lot there. And Cole, didn't we also prep some stuff in terms of the various different items that you're going to see? So like you said, you're coming from Earth. This is a completely new world, a completely new land. You don't expect to see apples and fish and, I don't know, curry in this world. You expect to see something else, maybe. Maybe we could show them off. Could we show them off?
I think we just got to show them off. I think we got to do it.
Let's get Mark to switch screens and introduce some of the different items that we've dreamed up of.
So we've set up a loot table that supports thousands of items. Right now, we've built out about 300 items in the game that can be equipped as trinkets. They can be broken down into crafting materials. The idea is that we want to have this world full of just wonderful things. The Kryptomon love to play. We know that from the Tamagotchi, from the Genesis game. They love their toys. And trust me, there'll be plenty of toys in Kojia. We got clouds in a bottle.
I love it. I love it when I saw the spreadsheet, with all the items and the description, and it was cloud in a bottle. The description was a cloud in a bottle. Lol. I love when I saw that. So kudos to anyone. Yeah, exactly. Can't get more specific.
You've got Snowflake D20s. This was my favorite item. I'm a huge D&D fan, so when I saw something like that, I was loving it.
Yeah, we love over here where it's all about sharing love and nostalgia for gaming, and so we always want to be giving you guys things that help fill that fantasy. Because again, your character in game is you. You know, it can be whoever you want. It doesn't have to be, you know, an orc. You know, it can be someone that played D&D and now you got it in the game and you can run a campaign right in Kojia. So these are the kind of you know, fantasies that I think are really fun to bring into the items. We got magnetic sand coming from one of our to be announced regions in game. I'll try to be more careful from
The
here on
devil
out.
laugh, you know, the devil laugh from Carter.
Just
Because he
careful.
knows, you know that Carter knows something, you know? Carter is the guy who knows something.
And so we're really excited to show some of these items because they're kind of, it's a little flavor of the game. These are kind of the bits and pieces that we're excited to hint at you guys, to give you guys a little taste of, you know, a little crumb trail into Kojia. Because I think we got a lot of stuff to show.
And then these are some of the items that you can find in Kojia. But going back to a point that Cole, you mentioned before, this isn't when you play a traditional, you know, MMO, you are born into a new world. This is now your normal. Whereas for us, it's very different because we acknowledge the fact that we are humans coming from Earth, right? And we're going into this fantasy new world. And so we have all of this information about us being humans on Earth. So there's a lot of references that we want to make to things that people might have done on Earth. And I think that forms part of how fun it might be to just you might be talking to a random person, might be looking into a random well, and you'll reference a game that only gamers who have played the game will understand.
Yeah.
But in the interest of time,
we're building a new world. That the elements are really the key player here. And so in addition to having this, we wanted to make sure that, you know, there's a familiarity because people do come from Earth, like you're saying, and the world is so alien because it's this there's so much pure energy. And that's one of the another nice things. In addition to this loot table with all kinds of little neat items for each of the elements and different parts of the world, we also have just the energy of the world that your Kryptomon is able to harness and make themselves stronger, build items with this energy. And so this is a huge part of our fantasy. You know, if you have a grass Kryptomon, then you go into the grass region and, you know, you can start to really feel the earth empowering you, the Kojian power, the essence of the elements. And so it's really, I've already, the stuff we built in sort of the aesthetic of, you know, how the Kryptomon are going to feel like they're really a part of this world and that they've helped build it and the world is helping build the Kryptomon too. It's a beautiful, the elements are such a fun thing to play with.
And then in the interest of time, there are again a couple of questions on chat, but we'll only be able to take one for now. And then again, we are going to have our own shows, so don't worry. All of the questions that you put on chat, we will take a note of them, and we'll probably speak about them on the chat. But Cole, we've spoken a lot about how the world is set up. We've talked a lot. We've showed some items that might exist in the world, but in terms of the storyline, in terms of the lore itself of the world, there is a question here from, again, I am Groot. So great questions. I'm Groot. The question is, will the storyline be interactive? So let's say a certain Kryptomon wins the PvP tournaments that Brian and Umberto were talking about. Is that a real trainer wins it? Is that going to be integrated into the world somehow?
For sure. I mean, we have such a flexible engine that we're building on, and you know, you don't be surprised if you win a tournament and you see your statue in the center of town, because we again, you're building your land in this world. Again, it's important as a part of the fantasy that you can make your mark like that. So absolutely.
Oh, right. Umberto, I'm not sure. I think that's all the time that we have in terms of.
Let me actually double check with the director here. Are we good with the time? Do we need to move on? Yes. Do we need to move on? So I will say, Giovanni, Cole, thank you very much. Guys, this, as we said, I mean, probably the most important juicy thing is indeed was the trailer, and you know, we gave a little bit of glimpse about the lands, and of course, and also Cole about the story and how everything is going to be designed. But as I said, this is the starting point. Also together, you will hear more from Kryptomon World kicking off from now. Let's say that today we officially announce Kryptomon World, and therefore from now on we will generate and we will issue more content about it the more we are progressing. So stay tuned. Giovanni, Nicole, and all the team are working very hard, and we are really looking forward to to share with all of you what have been going on. So again, stay tuned. Cole, Joe, thank you very much for being with us. And then quick, let's say, swap of the scene, quick change of speakers, and see you back in 30 seconds.
Bye. Thank you.
And then here we are, guys. Again, we're getting better. We're getting better. This change of people, because actually we're changing people. As you can see, Giovanni grew up. He get older by like 25.
No, I get taller, not older.
Giovanni got older for 30 years in 2 minutes. So that actually very positive. No, we're getting better in the different things. Hopefully, from the next show, everything it will be way smoother. We're already taking a lot of notes on how to avoid this shit happening again. So, welcome to Davide and Tomer. I think Tomer is dancing. Tomer, your people already knows you, of course, but they don't know Davide. So, Davide, would you like to quickly introduce yourself before moving forward?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you, Umberto. So yes, I'm working with the Kryptomon team. They call me the boomer, I'm the oldest one, but very young inside. So I'm working on the merchandising, on physical and digital project, on collaboration. I will give you some teaser today, and a lot is coming. But I give the priority to the man, to Tomer. So let's start to talk about what is happening in partnership and collab.
Yo, hello everybody. Happy to be here.
Flexing.
Flexing, yeah.
Yeah, you see.
I'm the second boomer. Second boomer. Happy to be boomer.
Boomers took over here.
The Boomer Show. for
The
now.
Boomer Show.
Yeah,
Now it's the
they're
Boomer
calling us
Show.
boomers because we're the bomb, Davide. That's
Yes,
why.
exactly.
Why they're calling us
They
boomers.
use the wrong word.
I think it's
Yeah.
Tomer connection. Tomer, your connection is a little bit up and down, so you lag a bit. Fortunately, your audio is good, so we are always keep hearing from you.
Okay. You
but
don't see
sometimes
me well, so wait a second. I will try to fix it in a second.
No, we do see you now. Don't touch it. Don't touch it because we do see you now. We do see the shining through your head. Exactly. So actually, maybe if it's lag a bit, it's better for everyone's eyes. But so, Tomer, stage is yours.
Yes.
I know you were waiting a lot for this moment.
I was waiting a lot for this moment, guys. Of course, for days, for weeks, and I've been hiding here behind the scenes for an hour now to discuss all the stuff that we have waiting for you at Kryptomon from the marketing and business development team.
So I will say, Mark, go with the biggest announcement first, and then let Tomer explain.
Go! New listing coming up, guys. Guys, I'm not seeing what you guys just saw because I'm seeing the guys here. So I assume that you just saw our announcement for the new Mexi listing. So yes, guys, Kryptomon is finally coming to Mexi. We were waiting for the right time to announce this listing. We're waiting for things to change a little bit and the markets to start stabilizing a bit. We actually closed this quite a while back. So yes, we're coming to one of the most let's say rising and the most becoming popular exchanges, centralized exchanges, Mexi, very big in Southeast Asia, as you guys probably know, our users and players from Southeast Asia, and one of the fastest growing exchanges in the world. So yes, we're going to have their listing on 17th of November. We're going to have marketing collaboration with them to start marketing Kryptomon. And in addition, guys, not only that we're going to very I can already tell you that we got offers from some of the biggest exchanges in the world. I don't want to say any names. I don't want to put any spoilers.
Yeah, no, because otherwise, not me, but Bartolomeo, who was the one who signed the NDA agreement, will follow and chase you and cut and chop you off. So,
for sure,
for the sake of your life, for the sake of your wife and your family, and for the sake of everyone here in the Kryptomon company, don't spoil that much.
For sure. So I'm just stopping here. I can just tell you that we've been approved to some of the biggest. No dates yet. Nothing is final and signed, just for you guys not to go crazy in speculations. No, don't wait with this. But we're getting there. Finally, after a long time, we're getting there. First in the lineup is Mexi. In addition, we're going to have a lot more listings, localized ones. We're working now to come to local exchanges near you. So exchanges in each and every country. This is part of our new strategy. Great idea that Umberto had to penetrate markets one by one with our Kryptomon token exclusively. It's also something that we're working on. So guys, get ready because this is first out of a few that are already coming. And we hope that this next bull run will be full of surprises and filled with listings. Yeah, so without further ado,
you have actually another things to talk because this time the director went faster than you because first of all, indeed, you were before starting and jumping into the guild affiliate program, Tomer, that you are designing together with the MIT, which is probably a great and is something that it's never happened in the market. But I will let you deep dive better there. I just want to, again, say a little bit on top of the listing. So guys, probably the latest listing we've did, it was, I don't remember how far it was. It was a long time ago. And the entire market, again, it crashed and everything was down. And we, as Tomer said, we were waiting for the, for the market to get in a better shape, but not only the market, also us as Kryptomon to be in a better spot. So just as a reminder that every time we do, you or either ask us about marketing or new listing or new product release or changing our timeline and whatsoever, just remember that when we do answer is not time yet, is because 99% of the time, if you look this from a macro and very high perspective, you will recognize that actually would have been probably stupid to do it that way, because maybe the market was picking up, but we were not ready in a specific time. So it's just a work of how can I say, everything in sync. Not like my audio and video before, but for the rest of the things, for the company, having the product at the right stage, the people, the team in the company at the right stage, the budget in the right stage, the market, the macroeconomic situation in the right stage. So it's just that, again, when we said to you, just to close, and then Tomer, I will give you again the word, is when we said to you, it's not time yet, we are waiting for it, is not that because we don't want it. Actually, we probably, most of the things that we have discussing and you asking us and we were saying we are waiting for is something that is already prepared. But we are not pulling the trigger because we recognize that from some other angles, we are not there yet. And therefore, if we push that or if we pull that trigger, the risk is that we will, create some extra problems from somewhere else. And so this is just a little bit on top. So listening now, you will see, since we are now moving into more, let's say, expansion phase of Kryptomon, that is probably gonna never end. We will slowly start in this current quarter and we will accelerate somewhere next year. We start going back, as Tomer said, to also having new listing, following a different strategy. And the same is part of this, the Guild affiliate program. Tomer, would you like to share a bit more?
Of course, I would love to share a bit more. So as Umberto said, as you guys already know, our company is was formed with Web2 professionals. So we also have a lot of background from traditional, let's call it digital marketing, and models from the Web2 world. We've been doing this for years. And basically, unlike most of the projects that have tried it through the last bull run to try and catch new models that never proved themselves, like the model with guilds, where the model was to sell NFTs to the guilds buying the NFTs, guilds give it to scholars, scholar use it to mine tokens out of a game. The scholars and the guilds throw the tokens to the market to get BUSD, USDT, and stable coins back home to go to the supermarket. And everything is crashing behind the model. The NFT floor price is crashing, token price is crashing, project funding is crashing, guilds are crashing, scholars are crashing, and everything is crashing due to the run out of the position in NFTs and in tokens. This model never proved itself. This model was very, very risky to collaborate with the guilds, and that's why Kryptomon never has done anything like it before. That's why we waited, because as responsible adults, boomers, call it whatever you may, we were waiting for a right opportunity to present ourselves where we will know that we can create something sustainable for the long-term growth of the company, the game, the token, and the benefits of our NFT holders. So without further ado, I will present GAP, Guild, our Kryptomon Guild affiliate program. Kryptomon is bridging the gap between games, Web3 games, and guilds. So as I said, there's a huge problem at the moment in the market where guilds are there for the money. Money is coming by dumping tokens. And when tokens are dumped, players stop joining the game. When players stop joining the game, NFT floor prices getting lower and lower and lower. And then guilds are forced to drop their NFTs to the market to bring some money back home and try to save their investment. Lose, 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 lose model. Never wins, Ponzi scheme. So we've created Gap. In Gap, guilds are basically risk-free. In Gap, Kryptomon do not sell any NFTs to guilds. We welcome any guild in the world to approach us and collaborate with us. It's a risk-free model again for guilds. We're not asking the guilds to buy any NFT. We're not requesting the guilds to risk any of their funds, and we're not forcing the guilds and scholars to dump K-Mon to the market in order to keep playing and sustain themselves. So in Gap, we don't look at guilds as banks. We're looking at guilds as our partners. That's why we're bringing models from traditional gaming world, traditional affiliate, into Web3 gaming. So with Kryptomon Gap, guilds can bring players, their scholars, to Kryptomon to play the game, and we will be doing complete rev share of all of the revenue that we're generating while the player is playing the game with the guilds. So again, guilds do not need to buy any NFTs. They just need to bring players to the game. Our mission is to make the game as fun as we can make it, as addictive as we can make it, so the players will stay. The guild's job is to keep bringing new players to play the game, and everybody wins in this model. So the more players a guild brings to Kryptomon, the higher his revenue share is, the larger piece he gets, they get. Explaining that again. So we have a system built from 6 tiers. First tier, the highest. 6th tier is the lowest. So if a guild, or for that reason, any affiliate, is bringing new players to Kryptomon, he starts earning money since day one. How do we know what the guilds need to get, and what we need to pay them? So thanks to blockchain technologies, guys, everything is transparent since day one. For every wallet address that was affiliated to Kryptomon to you, you will get your revenue share since day one forever. Our current model that you're seeing now will be promised to all guilds that are onboarding Kryptomon's Gap system for the next 24 months. After 24 months, we will review the terms again, and we will do adaptations accordingly to the game, to the guilds, and to the company. So every guild that onboards now to Kryptomon's Gap is securing these terms for 24 months ahead. Let's start. From 1 to 1,000 players, a guild gets 20% rev share. So from every dollar that we're generating from the player, from the income, from in-app purchases, market activity, breeding activity, NFT armor, tickets to events, everything that address does, 20% of the profits goes to the guild or the affiliate, for the sake of that example. So that's for the first 1 to 1,000 players that gets through the guild. For every up to 1,000 to 5,000 players, we're paying 25%. Then from 5,001 to 15,000, we're paying 30%. 15,001 to 30,000, 35%. 30,001 to 75,000, 40%, and we pay 45% for 75 1,000 and above players that have reached through one source, one affiliate or one guild. That means that basically, guys, you're getting 45% from all the revenue that we're generating from these specific players for 2 years secured, and for a lifetime with whatever it will be after 24 months. So basically, we're becoming almost partners with the company in a very simple method, forever for the wallet addresses that are getting through you. Yes, please.
I'm sure there are a lot of questions about how this is going to work in the detail, but I think in the interest of time, we probably, unfortunately, have to move on. Tomo, the chat is probably going to start bursting with all the questions.
No worries. Let's get to my my final announcement, final thing that we're doing, and then 2 questions. So ready?
Keep it short.
Tell me when they see it.
Guys, this is how Tomer is also during the meetings, you know. So every time we have a meeting internally and Tomer joins, we already prepare ourselves to stay like 1-2 hours extra on the time that is scheduled. So it's normal for us. Sorry for this. Tomer, stage is yours.
Okay, great. So I assume that you're seeing a new strategic partnership, right?
Yes, they do.
Great, guys. Then announcing strategic partnership with Playdex. Playdex, guys, are some of the awesomest companies, Web3 projects out there. Basically, in Playdex, you can rent and lease Kryptomons. So if you were wondering how Gap is going to work, how do you get the NFTs? The NFTs are going to get from one of our partners that will be providing renting and leasing mechanics. First of them and the biggest of them, Playdex. Yes. Since now we signed the partnership, but very soon you will be able to rent and lease maybe your Kryptomon through Playdex, and you will be able to rent and lease Kryptomons from Kryptomon also. Important to say, we're not going to be competitors to our users. We're holding a lot of Kryptomons. We're going to balance the prices in the market, and we want to make it affordable for users to start playing the game. Of course, guys, that you will also be able to do more models as we go in terms of scholarships that you already know, traditional ones. But these are to be discussed in another day, and we will drill down to them once everything will be formed and the partnership will be finally live, and you will get the announcement that you can start renting and leasing your Kryptomons. But guys, this is coming. So start getting the good ones from the market, start training yours, and start investing in your Kryptomons, because renting and leasing is coming soon with Playdex. How short was I?
That was nice.
Perfect.
That was perfect. Exactly.
Amazing.
So
meanwhile, Davide has just been like bouncing on his seat, like I've got stuff to say too.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's sort of a competition.
I was very interested.
Exactly. Now it's a sort of a competition between Tomer and Davide, who has the biggest announcements and stuff like that. I mean, Tomer played well because he dropped a listing, he dropped an affiliate model, and he dropped the leasing and renting system that we're going to have soon. So Davide, what you going to have to share with the community today?
So I'd say, Tomer, congratulations, you're doing a great job. So from my side, our side, it's also time. We're very ambitious in Kryptomon. I was impressed today to see the big evolution on the game. But as we are ambitious, we believe we want to be visible globally, want to be relevant. And in September, we launch our first phygital event. And it's now time in November to launch the physical merchandising entering our marketplace. We had great feedback from you guys and from a lot of people that we see around on our hoodies, our product. We want to be very engaging, want to be cool in our merchandising. You go to the next slide. So soon we are going to in November we are going to present a package of a limited edition NFT Hunter Club. So the one that was already presented a few months ago. We want to give the opportunity to be accessible and sold in our marketplace for all of you guys. And the packages will be a mix of digital and physical. And we are launching with the week of Black Friday, so stay tuned because there will be very exciting packages that will allow you to access to products that I believe they will become collectible. In particular, the hoodie is the wanted item from the team. Umberto is showing an amazing shoe that we are thinking for the future, to do something special. So a lot happening in the merchandising, and next year for January we are thinking, as you guys, it's very important for us. We're thinking to make the community engage with our merchandise, so you will be an active part of our merchandise. But I don't tell too much, if not Umberto is killing me now. So, but much more is happening next year. So the merchandising will be a process. We are just at the starting line, and more to come. But please make sure you buy the hoodie, because this item, I promise you, I have enough experience in fashion, will be a very wanted item. It's not only about merchandising, but we are also working, as we are working on, as Tomer told you, on strategic partnership. We are also working on collaboration and partnership more from a commercial side. And we are working particularly on one collaboration that we are aiming to launch Q1 next year. And next year, 2023, will be the year where, after the game is set up, we'll continue to build on collaboration.
Unfortunately, I wanted to share more about the collaboration, but this time was Davide said to me, no, we can't. But I said, but it's there, it's ready. We know what we're gonna do.
Too early.
We've done it, blah 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 blah. No, we can't. So I have to shut this up. But
exactly.
I can just tell them their logo is yellow.
Guys, so many partnerships, so many things are happening.
Yeah, a lot happening.
They're keeping back from you. Of life.
Exactly. So a lot happening. Stay tuned. And I'm sure in one of the next AMA, I will be able to tell all of you the first collaboration, and we'll have fun together. Thank you, guys.
So, Tomer, Davide, thank you very much for spoiling. I mean, I think the more we get into the end, now we have, this is the second last, and now we're gonna head into the last, let's say, block of the Kryptomon show. We are actually late on timeline, but this is due to technical difficulties. So, but it's nice that the more... And to Tomer, of course. I mean, Tomer took 2 hours just to say about how cool how beautiful he is, so as always. But no, it's nice because, we started, and again, to adding something on top, as you can see, guys, again, that we are getting to the point, that we're moving forward. We're starting now, we are with user acquisition, and therefore we have, those mechanics such as the affiliation system in order to allow us to get new people in, the playdex with leasing and renting system, the new merch, which is also going to help us a lot in terms of branding, especially, to start transforming Kryptomon not only into a game, but into a brand. So I think you guys now, the more we deep dive on the Kryptomon show, and with the latest block probably is going to be very more clear, you will be able to understand and see the full picture of what we are working on and what we're trying to achieve here. But then before that, I would say, Davide, Tomer, thank you very much for being with us. Now, again,
thank you.
Swap the people, so let's get rid of... are for the last block of the Kryptomon show with Claudio and, of course, Salty Dog 44. For those that know
Salty
him.
Dog!
Salty Dog!
Yay, finally here.
Yeah, guys,
Chin
if
chin,
you are... I
Chin
think...
guys.
Chin
huh?
chin,
Chin,
chin
chin,
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 chin
chin.
chin. Exactly, chin chin,
Finally,
chin chin.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. We'll
the-
explain the joke later.
Yeah, we will explain the joke later, but there is one thing that I have to say. So to all the community, because of course we, as you know, Barent, aka actually Salty Dog,
44.
aka Barent, because Salty Dog is your real name. I know that your wife are calling, hey Salty Dog, how are you doing today? You know, he is coming also from the community, and we always know him like Salty Dog. And I remember the first day that that we've met here in the office, and I saw him and I said, no, there's no way that you are Salty Dog, because we were all expecting a 20-year-old guy, you know, spoiled a bit, and instead we got this big, tall Dutch guy.
Still looking
Great.
21.
Still looking great. I can't say anything against it, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But so let's kick it off with the last block. Of course, we also have Claudio, which is everybody knows him. Claudio, say hi. Just to say,
Hello.
okay, you're alive.
Hi, Colin.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Claudio was very sick in the last few days, and he did everything he could to be here, but luckily he's still alive, and we still have a chief officer, which is needed. So what we're gonna talk with the guys here. So Claudio and Berend are working in the growth team, and so as you may see, if you look in the story, we started with the new positioning and the new vision that we have. You know, you guys have worked on the website, and now you're gonna share a little bit more about what's gonna happen in terms of growth. And you see, you know, the progress on the game. You see now the new listing, the new partnership, the new mechanics. And as you can see, it's all connected to one single thing, which is when marketing, as people will say, you know, let's start to really try to acquire new user and bring new players in the Kryptomon games. But there's a big but, which is playing Web3 games, if we want to call it like this, is a little bit of pain in the ass. I mean, let's be honest, it is not as easy and as simple and good like playing any mobile iPhone game. And so with the current onboarding, with the current setup, is going to be very, very complicated, you know, to acquire and to bring new players. So Baron, Claudio, how are we going to fix this? What is going to change in the upcoming quarter in order to fix this?
I can start if you want. So, as you said, since we are transitioning from a focus on crypto gamers to casual gamer, the first question that popped up in our mind was, what are the pain points as a gamer in general to start being a trainer in crypto? Okay, and so we listed. We arrived to the point that we understand that it's very complicated to, as you know, guys, create a MetaMask, add the funds, and then you discover that there are gas fee, and so you have to go buy another currency. And then when you finally have done all of that, you arrive on the marketplace as a new visitor that
Which
means
Kryptomon to
nothing
choose?
for you. It's full of images of these crazy cool monsters, but they say nothing to you. All the stats, they are completely unknown. So this is why we are working on a few improvement, but I will leave the stage to Salty Dog to share it to you.
Yeah.
Too salty.
No, thanks, Claudio. Yeah, just do a small step back. We are the last, but of course, we are actually the first people will see, right? So the big challenge for us was how will we attract new regular gamers, but also how can we convince them that Web3 games actually are better than Web2 games? So it's partly communication, but then you go further in the funnel and the onboarding, and then you see that it's quite difficult to actually start the game. So we had like user research, and there was like, you know,
2 hours.
spend 2 hours to actually play the game, and we asked them to play the game. So, you know, that was not really voluntary. So we analyzed the funnel, and we pinpoint the biggest friction points. And what we are going to do in the quite short notice, won't say actual dates, But wallet is a really big thing. MetaMask, we can do it, but a lot of people won't. So we will be partnering with a wallet which can give us with social login or your email address, so you don't really know that you're creating a wallet, but you are, and you can also handle NFTs. So you don't know, but you have it. Then also, if you look at the marketplace right now, which will be totally different in 2 months, I think, but we're going all Cayman. So we will going to remove the whole transaction or the gas on transactions. So you won't be seeing any notifications there. And we will be removing BNB. So it's only Cayman. So for people new to Web3 games or in general, you only have to get Cayman as a game currency, which should be really easy. And we already have Simplex there in the journey to support that. And then it's just, buying things you want and you need on the marketplace with Cayman. And of course, what you see now on the screen, it's part of also improving and making it more easy to choose the right Kryptomon, because, we are now more talking about communication and technicalities to really start. But then, of course, as we all know, what makes a good Kryptomon? And for everyone, that should be different, because every trainer is different. But we do want to help them to make the right decision, as in the first Kryptomon. And then when you're playing the game, you will get the hang of it. What kind of element are you? So, for example, I'm Fire Grass Kryptomon. But here, I think this is from Toba, by the way.
Yeah.
So who you are as a trainer and what kind of Kryptomons fits your style. That's I think the biggest challenge. And if we already, if you think about now the new website, communication, better wallet, no gas fees, and then, helping them to choose your Kryptomon, and then of course also improving the whole marketplace as in user experience, well, then we kind of like...
We should be good. It should work.
It should work, and yeah, did I miss something?
No, but I
did everything actually.
No, you just said everything, and I think it's really probably... this is again, when we talk, and also guys, when we do talk about product, of course our product is the game, but there's so many things, around it.
Yeah.
That if we don't get them right, as Baron and Claudio were just saying, that it doesn't matter how good and cool the game it will be, it will never scale. Because as we said, starting playing a Web3 game is sort of a pain in the ass, and the guys are now working to, long story short, having an in-app wallet. So then any gamer will download the Kryptomon app from the iOS store. Thankfully, now Apple also just released that they are approving NFTs app, so that's great for us. But so you can just download the app from Android or iOS, create your account, as Baron was saying, with your email and password, or with Google or with Facebook with your social login, and then without even you notice, you will have a wallet already in your account that it will be sort of created for you. Of course, if you have a MetaMask, you then will be capable to connect your MetaMask.
Just for example,
yeah.
Every single video game that you are playing, guys, has a wallet. Okay, it's just that it's not connected to the blockchain, but you have a wallet, you have a currency, you spend money to buy gems, whatever, and then the difference is that with Web3 technology, you're also able to swap that things to real money back. So get back your investment.
And then there are the other 2 points, Baron, that you mentioned also, which are crucial, which is, first of all, we would remove BNB from the marketplace, and everything it will be listed in, we will only accept Cayman coin as the official currency in the marketplace. And I know already people will ask, what about the fluctuation of the Cayman coin? But I will let you answer this, because we have an answer, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Especially Baron. Salty Dog knows it.
This is over yours. So
I don't know it, but Salty Dog knows it. Ask to Salty Dog how to manage the fluctuation of the Cayman coin when everything is listed in Cayman. Yeah, but we have a solution.
Well, you put it in dollars.
Exactly.
And then we translate it back to Cayman.
So
quite easy, but
so the marketplace will allow you to peg the price, to choose actually the price you want to get paid in dollars. So you say, okay, I wanna for me the Kryptomon should worth $100, and then the marketplace will dynamically change the price in Camon Coin based on the current exchange rate when at the moment of purchase from someone else. In this way, it doesn't matter what's the value of the Camon Coin, you will get $100, which is at the end of the day what is, we still define the money that we have in dollars or euros, so not in Camon. And this is, first of all, is not only a very crucial thing because, as you said, it's going to make easier for everyone because then new gamers only need to take care of one currency.
Yes.
And they don't need to, oh, I need BNB, I need a little bit of this, I need a bit of that. No, just buy Camon Coin with a credit card. That's the thing. But also it will also give even more utility, and this is looking more to our Camon token holders. It will give even more utility to the Camon Coin itself, because then the Camon Coin will be finally the king and the queen of the entire Kryptomon ecosystem. And the last third, which I think he went a little bit in your talk, but I think
I didn't. I know.
Is also very probably crucial, which is that we said that we go gasless, so to say.
Yeah, we go gasless. Yeah.
We call it gasless because technically speaking, we don't go gasless, but we go gasless. So what does it mean? Baron, would you like to explain?
Yeah. So in short, so it's, we call it an internally sponsored gas because there is of course still gas fees involved doing things on the blockchain, but we also realize that nobody likes to pay gas fees or actually just click another window. So because we're going 100% Camon, we can actually also remove the gas because gas is in BNB. So we had to actually also just remove the gas. So when you go on the marketplace in a couple of period of time,
somewhere in the
future, you won't see any gas transactions anymore. And I think we are used to it, as well. I don't know, with Ethereum and $17 gas, I don't know if that's getting used to it for some people, but new people just don't want to see that. So I think the bottom line is we make it really easy for people, and as we say it in growth, frictionless journey to start the game, and it also includes not having gas fees on the marketplace. So I think that's a really big improvement, which makes it way more easy for regular gamers to onboard. And then in combination with that, we have to convince them that Web3 actually is a way better proposition for them to do. Is like a two-fold combination, which will work really nice.
I hope so. No, but that's exactly, it's super cool because, as you said, in this way, imagine, guys, that you are, a normal player and you never had to deal with the Web3, and then right now you go to the marketplace and you need to buy Camon, and then you need to buy a bit of BNB, and actually, first of all, you buy Camon because you are not aware of gas. So then you try to buy it, and then it will say, oh, you need BNB to pay the gas, and then, oh, okay, I need to buy. Oh, unfortunately, with the credit card, I can buy only $50, minimum $50 of BNB. So in gas, $50 in gas in BNB is like 2 years of gas, and it's already, you can see already there is already gone. I mean, it's gonna be impossible for us, for any company, to grow within respect, this kind of population, because we are used to download.
Gamers want a game.
Play. Oh, I want to buy it. Buy. Pay with Apple Pay. Done. This is what people are used to. Right now, doing this in Web3 is not like this. And our main objective, together with Claudio and the growth team objective, is indeed
this actually, yeah. So
how do we transform it, in this sort of experience? And the gas point is going to be crucial because, just to give you an idea of how it's going to work, is actually, as Bernie said, the gas is still be there, but we will actually take the gas directly in Camon and we will do the exchange in the backend. So as a new player, let's say that you want to buy something that is 100 Camon coin, and the system will estimate that the gas fee at that moment is like 1 Camon coin. So you will have to be paid 101, and then in the backend, the system will take that extra Camon coin, it will be converted in BNB, and then it will use those BNB for pay the gas for you. But at least from a user perspective, you don't have to deal at all with gas and with BNB. It's just like, as Claudio was saying, like any other coin.
It will be history, I think, in a couple of weeks.
Of months.
Just
no, but you won't know. So I think the beauty of we're removing things from the journey, which is good because then they can just focus on getting the Kryptomon and start the game. That's basically our, you know, our
Mission.
yeah, our mission every day.
Cutter, what you were saying?
No, we've got a question here. I think it wasn't super clear. Diggity asks, "What about the hatching?" So we've talked about how the marketplace is going gasless. Are we saying everything about the marketplace is going gasless in terms of buying and selling, gasless fees, trading, hatching? Everything is going to be in Kmon only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
Actually,
not
this is,
everything at once. Maybe it might be more probable that we will roll out the feature, you know, step by step amongst all the different functionality of the marketplace. But yeah, on the long run, everything on the marketplace, it will be like this, unless, you know, special sales that we might gonna run in BUSD, for example, for ease of use. But that is gonna be exceptional.
Yep.
I would say.
I think this question is introducing very well what we are also working on. Is not only actually is not for new players, but it's for existing one. So we also want to make life of you guys that are already playing the game easier, and we are building, for that matter, your trainer hub, as we call it. So it's your dashboard, is a single stop where you can find everything you can do within as a trainer, actually, in the crypto world. So Archim will be there, your team will be there, but also scouting for new crypto for your team will be there, as well as your candies, your Kmon coins, your whatever you name it, staking, everything will be there. This is quite challenging from a technical point of view, actually, but it's something we are hardly working on to have it live as soon as possible. I don't know if it's on the screen, but we also have some wireframe of it. We are still in the design mode.
Oh, at the screen now, we are keep showing the wizard.
No, but I think it's really maybe it's even a bigger project, right? Because if you really
Oof.
look into trainers' journey, it's like you need that companion app, because with multiple games coming out, and all the things, you know, the thing is with our game and a regular game is that you also have a life outside of the games, because you can buy new Kryptomon, you can breed, you can trade, you can craft, you can do so many things. So we just looked at what are, you know, the trainer jobs now and in the future, and it's going to be more even. So we are really getting into the concept of, you know, how can we create that trainer companion app for you, which should do everything you want it to do on the time you want it to be done. So that's a big challenge, but it totally transforms the experience. How you, and now it's the marketplace, but probably later on we won't, you know, talk about the marketplace because that's integrated in the trainer hub.
Exactly.
So that's really well, big things coming up.
Yeah. So before, because being also mindful of time, before moving to the closing, there is one last step that we haven't shared, because and this is technically is for everyone interested, but it will be more interesting for one part of our community. So as you again answering the question when marketing, you know, and marketing is not just everything that we're doing. As you can see, there is so many things that we are working on different aspects, which are just built up for us to do marketing. And then marketing, guys, is not, and I'm talking again to all of them, we need influencer. It's not that easy, you know, because of course is also about how much, you know, we need to cost. How much does it cost a new user? You know, at the end of the day, we are a company and we need to make sure that if we spend 10, at least we will earn 11, because otherwise there's no company anymore in a very short period of time. And so also, like we are doing with the product, you know, with the Kryptomon games, where we do release, you know, in a very iterative process, step by step, you know, new features, asking the feedbacks, looking at the number, change and try again. This actually also applies for product, what like the guys are doing, but also for marketing. And so in the upcoming months, starting from November, we have decided to also change our marketing strategy in user acquisition, and we will start testing this new strategy by the end of November. We will kick it off. generally speaking, the idea is once what Berend and Claudio and the guy are working on is going to be ready, we will start moving market by market. So instead of shooting, let's say, in the air, hoping that we will hit something, we have decided to narrow down our focus and doing, let's say, user acquisition or player acquisition activities in specific countries, in specific markets. And we will start with Italy in the end of November, beginning of December. We will start with the first steps. So we will run this campaign in Italy for a couple of months. We will see how that goes. We will learn what it worked, what it didn't work, and then we will do it again in another country where we do see the better fit. And every time we will do it again, we will increase the budget, we will invest more money, because at least we have, so to say, less question. Our real objective is to, by the, let's say, end of Q2 next year, so for when the Kryptomon Genesis game it will be ready, with the growth and with the marketing team, we will know exactly how do we grow. That's the biggest question that is not only us. I think the entire Web3 industry has right now, because nobody answered this question in the Web3. Nobody knows how do we grow. Nobody answered this question, and this is going to be our challenge from the upcoming 2/3 quarters. Actually, 2 quarters. And hopefully we will be able to answer that question. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess, but we will figure that out.
Won't be a mess.
Exactly. Okay. Good. I think it's time is up. So I will say Claudio, Berend, and Salty Dog. Sorry, I'm sorry if 44. I called you Berend. Salty Dog 44.
No,
thank you very much for being with us, and we will just shift and we will take the closing speech, me and Carter.
It's nice to see you from this place, Carter.
See you soon.
Ciao, guys. See you.
Bye-bye.
While Salty Dog 44 is leaving, you can see it's
casually, awkwardly leaving.
You see how ninja he was. So, Carter, it was long, huh? It took us quite a bit.
It was a lot of information. Like, how do people feel at the moment? Do you think like this was useful? Do you think like there's so much information you're gonna have to go rewatch this a bunch of times? Let us know. Let us know what you think about the Kryptomon show. But Umberto, I think we still have some really important stuff to get to. From what I can see, everybody is kind of hanging around listening to us talk near the end, because they are kind of waiting to see if they win the coveted limited t-shirts. And I think the second we do that, everybody's gonna leave, but it's fine. Let's just give them.
We can. Oh, okay. So don't say anything, and let's keep extending. Let's keep everyone here for another 2-3 hours. What do you think?
Oh yeah. How was your day? Did you get up to a lot today?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, we have to set up the studio and everything, all the tasks, and then fuck that camera decided to stop working. I'm so pissed. You have no idea. It's 3 days I'm working to set this shit up. No, but joking aside, first of all, before going into the things, because as you said, the moment that we will announce the winners, then everybody will leave. I also actually got to leave. I need to take my kid to the kindergarten, and I'm already late by 30 minutes, so I need to run. I just want to say, first of all, thank you, everyone. First of all, thank to everyone in the team. Thank you to Mark, Michelle, to help me set this up. To Michelangelo, Giovanni, Berend, Davide, everyone in the team. Also those that we didn't participate live, to everyone in the community, because we pulled this show actually, I will say, in a very short period of time, but we pulled it off. It worked, aside from the camera. But aside from that, it worked quite well, and I hope that everyone appreciated and everything that we are trying to do. And as I said, we're going to have the Kryptomon show. It will come back probably in 2 quarters from now, so let's say in 6 months, because in this way, we're going to have at least 6 months of updates for you. And, in a month, things doesn't really change. In 2 months, in 2 quarters, we should be able to give you way more juicy information. So again, thank you very much. I really, really hope that you guys appreciate that, and let us know in the chat, let us know on Telegram, And we are still, I know there is a lot of questions that might arise and that we didn't answer. So, you know, you can find me, Brian, everyone in Discord, in Telegram. So just drop your question and we will be there. And again, I hope you enjoyed the first Kryptomon show. And also look how cool is this studio. And all of this, of course, is my nerdy gadgets. But Carter, do you have the list of the winners? Because I don't.
Well, I think we're gonna do it live actually. So
we're
in
gonna
the
do it
background,
live.
some magic is gonna happen. Come on, Michelle, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's find out who wins.
Okay, it's ruffling, it's shuffling right now from what I can see. Okay, we got, I think we see that we got the first winners. Do people see that in the chat who won, or how does it work? I mean, I'm also, Michelle is, she is our streaming person, so I'm more like go live, turn off. You know, that's kind of
She does everything else.
Yeah, she
you
does
only know how to
everything
do
else.
2 things.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that finally during this Twitch show today we have stuff like the the lottery, the bots, sharing links. You know, this is very advanced. You know, even for me and Carter.
I mean, last time it was just you and me talking by ourselves, just the 2 of us.
Right? Oh, we have it. We have it. So, the winner are. Where should we start? We have. I start from the. Let's start from. We have JBug857 as a first winner. So congratulations. Maybe I will type in, or we can type in. Then you will type that. Rakor 3D. Congratulations. Oh, this is tough. Rahiv92. Got it. Congratulations, man. And we have, of course, that we have the guy because he is a very, 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 very good guy. We have Lonefish 79, who also
Lonefish.
Lonefish, and this is probably because he bribed Towa with some,
probably,
fish heads
honestly.
for sure.
All the OG people.
And then last but not least, we have our lovely Drew Candy, Andy from Germany. Thank you very much, and congratulations also for you, man, for the T-shirt. And this I give it this back to you. And how does it work, Michelle, for the shoes and for the rest? Okay, so for winning the sneakers, guys, your limited edition sneakers with your, I feel like I'm how do you call it? Now I'm start selling, stuff like, hey, look, do you want
on
this?
the Facebook Marketplace, right? Like
Yeah,
you're just selling
exactly.
stuff often.
Or I can start sell some pot, some pen and pot. But having said that, so the screenshot competition on Twitter will win this. We will reach out to you at the end of the competition. And the same is going to work for the hoodies for the top 5 question. We will reach out to you and we will get in contact for getting the delivery information for us to send it over the hoodies. Right? Yes. So again, Carter, I missed you, to be honest. And actually, you know what? It's sad because since there were a lot of people, we didn't talk to each other a lot.
Yeah, we didn't really get to chat. Next show, I'll be there.
Next time. Actually, we will be me and you in the Founders Talk. So it will be more cozy. Me and you, I will be at home, we will do a tete-a-tete, as people says.
None of this former Brian nonsense, just me and you.
Yeah, exactly. So again, thank you very much, everyone, to stay with us. I hope you enjoy it. And again, thank you for being such a lovely member of our community. And enjoy your day.
We will see you soon. Bye.
Creatures and a portal to another world was discovered. We never could have imagined just how much life had changed forever. In a new land untouched by man, we found paradise. The vibrant, green forests as far as the eye could see, crystal clear waters as Mother Nature intended. It was no surprise that Kryptomon trainers from all around the world began pouring into Kogia, to be among the first to pioneer this new world. But we were naive. just like a rose has its thorns, Kojia was not without its dangers. There was so much of this alien world that we didn't understand, and the creatures in the darkness that we never meant to offend. It is time for you to make your mark in Kojia. Journey across the world as you grow into the Kryptomon trainer you were meant to be. Your potential is limitless, but it's what you choose to do with that power that will define you. When